stops at that, goes all the way across that end and stops here.
That was probably international.
Hey y'all, so I've just arrived in London for my spring break. Let's see what a graduate school spring break is like.
That is amazing. Thank you very much. London. This is incredible. I can't believe you're all here. And you made it all the way to the front. There is a child, the smallest child I've ever seen, right at the front of the show. And there's some of you now going, this is great, we got really good seats. I always think that anybody who's seated past the front row always realizes we got great seats. These are the worst ones, right? Because you're going to get talked to. Yeah, these are the seats. These seats are like the seats in the front of the minicab next to the taxi driver, aren't they? If you're with three friends, it's reverse shotgun to see who gets to sit in the front next to the taxi driver. All running for a thing at the second. I'm not sitting there. I'm not sitting there. Last person in slams the door and goes, oh. Because they know, don't they? They know, we all know, that for the duration of that minicab journey, they're going to be in the back of that cab having a laugh, and you're going to be in the front on work experience with a minicab driver, sir. It is great to have you here. What is your name? Your name is Stephen. What part of you is Irish, Stephen? What's your descendants? None of them are Irish. Get out. That's it. How amazing would that be if I actually threw them out through the tent? That would be superb. So, what is the plan, Steve-O? What's the plan? Is it gonna be a drink? How many people? Let's have a cheer for the people in the room who are planning on getting drunk tonight. Okay, let's have a cheer from the people in the room who are not planning on getting drunk, but know in the back of their minds it's probably gonna happen. Some of the same people! That's amazing! I have no control over this! I don't know what's gonna happen! That's amazing! So let's have a cheer from the people who are from Ireland originally Irish. Alright, well you know what I'm about to say next. What I'd say to the people that are drinking tonight is, know the one that's one too many. Which is an amazing abuse alcohol responsibly campaign. It's fantastic. Because what the Irish government said with that campaign, know the one that's one too many, is they're not telling you to stop drinking. What they're telling you to do is keep luring the pints into you, keep getting them in, but when you get to that one, put that pint aside, go buy a different pint, because that's the one that's gonna do the damage. I don't know if you remember this, but a TD came out a couple of years ago and he said it was okay, he believed in his opinion, it was okay for people from the country in Ireland to drink and drive. Because he said people from the country could handle their drink. Do you remember that? It's amazing. People from the country could handle their drink. I laughed about it, my father laughed about it, and then I turned to my father who's from the country and drink drives every day of the week. And I said, Dad, you drink drive. And in fairness, this is not funny because you drink drive. And he goes, I do not. I say, you do, Dad. You have 4 pints every night in our local and you drive home afterwards. He goes, that's not drink driving. I said, how is that not drink driving? He goes, I know that stretch of road like the back of my hand. Then he said the most beautiful thing my father has ever said to me. I swear to God, he looked me dead in the eyes and went, and anyway, Jar, what's the alternative? Walk home, and risk getting hit by some prick with a few pints on him? I don't think so. I'm not gonna do that. Apology for the language there, but you've heard it all. I know you guys, I know. Jump up on the stage here, little man, jump up on the stage here, and let's find out what's the worst curse you've ever heard. I'm only messing, no we won't. And I usually go out drinking with the lads, right? How many people are? How many lads in here who are lads' night out guys? Yeah, some girls. That's amazing. Some girls. Because there is a massive difference, isn't there? The girls' night out is a very supportive thing, whereas the guys' night out is much more every man for himself. When the girls go out drinking, it's like a support group day out. They'll go to the loos together. They'll order their drinks together. They'll dance around the bags together. They'll ultimately cry together. It's an amazing thing to watch. Because if one of the girls, you've seen this, one of the girls on those girls' nights out is so supportive that if one of them gets so drunk that she can't stand up, what happens? The group collapses in on top of her, they scoop her up and go, We are going home. They'll be holding her head up like a weekend at Bernie's. We are going home. Diane is too drunk to continue. She's going through a really tough time. And they will toddle off, slide her into a cab and wave goodbye. That would never happen on a guy's night out. On an Irish guy's night out, sir, what would happen on a night out that you're on where one of the guys gets so drunk that he can't stand up? What happens? You cut the fucker loose, that's what you do. That's what you do, you cut him loose. It's because the understanding on a girl's night out is it's a support group to help. The understanding on a guy's night out is it's a war. Some of us may not make it home tonight, but we cannot let that get in the way of the mission. That's why it's so common to see a bunch of guys leaving a bar at 11:30 going, come on, let's go, where's Paul? Leave him, he's absolutely wrecked. We've got to leave Paul. He's getting in the way of the mission. I don't know. How many people have moved? A lot of English people know this, but the biggest baby boom in the history of the Irish state is happening right now in Ireland. More babies than ever before. Nobody has any money. Nobody can understand it. I know why it's happening. Because people misunderstood what the economists meant when they said it won't be us that pays back this bailout. It'll be our children. I have friends dumb enough to think about getting two of the little feckers then, if that's the case. Oh Jesus, I nearly did an act out there that I didn't want to do in front of some children. So who are the couples? She'll think you're a superstar, sir. So pick your answer well. In my relationship, I think one of the things that's held us together is I'm able to read her body language quite well, and I'm proud of that. I'm able to read her body language. Like I know, for example, if she squints and smiles at the end of a sentence, that sentence ceases to be true. And the opposite is now the case. You might be familiar with this fella, looks a bit like this. Yeah, Jerry, I think you should go down to the pub and watch the rugby for yourself. Watch the rugby down in the pub by yourself. I'll stay here looking after everything by myself because I love doing that. The hold of the stair as she walks up as well. That's stricken from the record and we move forward. What's your name, sir?